body language. At times, especially in the first half, it looked very good. We looked tired at times, but I think everybody fought through it pretty good. Second half, proud of our defense. I don't believe they even got a first down in the second half against our first unit, which was good. Going back to the first half, I think our special teams was definitely the difference. I mean, if you look at it just from a statistical point of view, they whipped us offense, defense. Time of possession, plays, yards, points, really everything. Got the touchdown on the kickoff return, and another one set up on the block punt. Another 3 points there. So if it weren't for that, we're losing the game at halftime. So I thought Coach Quinn did a great job. I think University of Buffalo did a super job coming in here and playing between the hedges and playing with the heat. You know, they've had. I was checking their temperatures up there. It was even hotter up there temperature-wise, but I doubt they had the humidity that we had today. And I thought they were a well-conditioned team and did a good job of playing hard.
I guess, Mark, that's what you've been seeing from Todd pretty much in the scrimmages. What he did today is just looked, he just got acceleration.
About what he averaged every scrimmage, about 12.5 yards a carry, and hope that's a trend. I wouldn't be betting on that for the rest of his career, but yeah, everybody got a chance to see what we had seen in some of these scrimmages. A guy that obviously has some tackle breaking ability and has some speed for a big man. Of course, that kickoff return was a thing of beauty. Really proud of Coach Ball and the rest of the kickoff return team, coaches, players. Certainly, they blocked it well enough to give him enough space to do what he did, but he certainly took advantage of it. You need a guy with some bravery and a guy who can break some arm tackles, and Todd did that. So it was a nice job by him there.
All respect to Buffalo, how much concern was that you messed around in the first half and had a chance at not leading heading into the second half?
Well, it wasn't pretty. I wasn't thrilled with the way we played. I mean, we missed some early shots offensively. We had a couple sacks. You know, defensively gave up some big plays, and they controlled the ball. They had over 240 yards of offense in the first half. They controlled the clock for the most part. And in the end, I mean, they ran 81 plays. And that's a lot of plays to be run. I think we ran like 71, 72 plays. But am I concerned about it? Yeah. I mean, we better play better than that next week, or we're going to be riding home sad.
You're going up against Franklin next week, a guy who had 1,000 yards on the ground for the season. What specific things are you going to work on this week to ensure that
well, it's a problem. I mean, quarterbacks who can run well, it is a problem. And of course, Franklin, as you said, he's outstanding. He had over 1,000 yards a year ago rushing. A guy who can also throw the ball extremely well. And obviously, we've been talking about since they joined the league, they're going to spread you out. They're going to get you a lot of 4 and 5 wide looks. The quarterback is going to be able to throw and run. They motion the back in the backfield at times and get their runner in there in position to make runs. But it's going to be a space game, and you know, space is the enemy of defenses. So in order for us to you know, we've got to stop the run, whether it's a run back run or TV run, and I think we've got to be very good at staying in our rush lanes. We've got to be very good at fundamentally taking on blocks and shedding them and making plays, because when the QB runs the ball, you lose a defender. You lose a defender. And you might want to put one more safety in the box to stop the run. Well, if you take a receiver or back and put him out there, you got to go with him. And now what's left is one less guy to defend the run when the quarterback runs the ball. So we're definitely concerned about that.
Mark, given all the guys you have missing on defense, were you kind of expecting it might not be the typical Georgia defense performance?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we're definitely not going to let that be an excuse for us and how we played. I mean, we had some issues as coaches. We had 10 guys in the field one time. We had 12 guys on the field one time. You know, so you know, we've got to make sure we're doing our part too. But whoever's out there has got to play gotta play good enough to win, is really what it comes down to. And, football is, you know, it's the way football is. You know, there's guys that don't make, I mean, just like Malcolm Mitchell, we never would have dreamed that he would not have played. You know, we're practicing on Thursday and getting ready to hone everything down, and he ends up jumping up and landing on somebody's foot, sprains his ankle, and he's out, you know, and, you know, I don't know how long it'll be. Hopefully he'll be able to practice this week and play, but I really couldn't tell you right now if he'll be able to or not. So the point I'm getting to is through injury or suspension, guys gotta go in there and play, and everybody's got issues, everybody's got problems. Somebody's got a sprained ankle or a broken foot or, you know, busted up hand or whatever it may be. So the bottom line is we're gonna play next week, you know, against a team that's gonna be very, very excited, very well coached, and it's gonna be a war.
Mark, did Ken Malcolm and Theus's injuries look long-term, short-term, do you know?
Well, we don't know for sure. You never know with an ankle sprain. Of all the positions, an ankle sprain of an offensive lineman, you have more guys that just kind of wrap it up tight and go. When you get some of your skilled athletes with the ankle sprain, it's just tougher to stop and change direction and do those kind of things. And I think I've seen more offensive linemen go with a bum ankle than a skilled guy, so that might help us in that regard. But you know, he's on crutches when the game's over, so I just don't know. We find out a lot more tomorrow as far as how bad it was, how much swelling we have, and how much pain we have. So we'll see.
Mark, did the offensive line meet or exceed or your expectations today?
They did okay. I don't know if it was just an unbelievable performance. We had, you know, a couple sacks there, 1-2 that wasn't very pretty. You know, they had a 3-man rush one time, and I think both edge rushers come and squeeze the tackles and you know, squeeze the pocket, sack Murray. Wasn't too thrilled about that. And but you know, it was not a poor performance. There's some things we got to clean up, but we're going to be okay there if we can stay healthy.
Few missed opportunities in the end zone for Aaron Murray. Do you feel like that's just a first game, let's just work out the kinks timing situation, or?
Murray, you know, he's a veteran, and we get a wide open post for a touchdown, you got to hit it. I mean, the guy's wide open, and you got protection, and it's your job to put the ball on the money. Now, you know, it's early in the year, everybody's excited, and sometimes we get, you know, Murray is a guy who has a lot of emotion. He loves the game of football, so he probably was a little pumped up and let it go a little too far. No one hits every pass, but you hate to miss those opportunities.
Well, then, can you tell how you feel about the play of the wide receivers?
I think the receivers played well. I'm trying to think of a ball that was dropped. I can't remember a ball that was dropped that should have been caught. TK had a chance to catch one on the left side there with some tight coverage. It would have been a nice play. Chris Conley had a chance on the left side as well on a deep ball. He got himself in position to make the play and didn't make it. It's hard to tell how they blocked it on a lot of the quick screens out there. The receivers not only catch the ball and run, but their teammates, their receiver teammates are out there blocking. I saw some really nice blocking out there on our quick screen, which was good. But I'll have to watch the film to see how they blocked in the run game.
With the follow-up to that, can you talk about how good it was to see Rantavius get that touchdown after all the issues?
Well, Wooten did great. Wooten had a great off-season at camp. Everybody bragged about what a great summer he had, and you know, it's paid off for him. And you know, it's you know, him and well, I think just about the whole team had a good summer. But Wooten, guys made comments about the type of off-season that he had compared to some others. And I'm just happy that he got a chance to make a game.
Coach, couldn't help but notice that Rambo and Ogletree didn't play. I guess I'll be the guy to ask.
Right.
Were they suspended for this game, and will they be back for the next one?
Yes, they were suspended for this game, and we'll find out next week what we'll do next week.
Mark, is that the plan for Erickson to punt when you got it in their territory?
Pooch area, yeah. Adam did a really good job with the pooch punt. And I don't know if you noticed that punt is an end-over-end kick.
Right.
It's a technique that some of the punters are using across the country, and he just got a really good knack for it. He catches the ball well. He's our holder, so that we feel comfortable with him catching it, and he's got does a very good job of getting the ball out pretty quick as well. And I don't know how many kicks inside the 20 we had, but quite a few, and then the one that could have been a pooch, could have kicked it away. We let Colin kick that last punt, and he got a nice high one that turned over that could have been down on the one, but we ended up batted it back about 19 yards, but the ball landed in a pretty good spot.
What did you like out of your,
I'm sorry?
sorry, what did you like out of your freshman kickers today?
You know what? Marshall, I thought kicked off extremely well. And I will say he kicked off better in the games than he had been in the practices. He has shown signs of being able to do what he did, but it wasn't a consistent effort. There was some question as to whether we were going to kick him or Lindley on the kickoffs, but he started out hot, and we just kept going with him. He actually kicked off, I thought, extremely well. Of course, he missed the first field goal, which you hate, but he did get the other one, so he's got a field goal under his belt. He got a bunch of extra points under his belt and some really good kickoffs, so I thought he did well. And then Colin, very obvious on that one long punt that he had that he's got this tremendous leg that was so attractive to me when I watched him kick a camp of ours, and that's what I saw when I offered him a scholarship as soon as that camp was over. And but I got to check the hang time. I mean, I'd rather be maybe not quite as long. You don't want to outkick your coverage. They did have a long return on that kick, so you don't want to have that. You don't want to have great players with a lot of space like they had on that play. And I got to see, did we cover well, or did he just outkick anybody's coverage? So a little bit higher and a little bit shorter would be fine with me. He can drop it in about 45 yards. I'd be happy with that kind of hang time.
Just to be too clear on Todd, did he perform